How's it going, everybody? I'm Digit, and this is the Streetcast. Welcome one, welcome all, but more than anything, welcome back to the Streetcast podcast. I'm Digit, and this week we're going to be talking about Warchief Gaming. Now, if you've listened to the podcast before, you might be asking yourself, is Warchief Gaming a new video game studio? What do they make? When will they be on Steam? Actually, no. Warchief Gaming is a tabletop game company. Now, that sounds odd in this day and age for something that sounds like a video game company. Warchief is a pretty cool name. Sounds like a video game company to be a tabletop. Well, during these trying times with old Lady Rona roaming the streets, as I like to say, tabletop games are flying off the shelves. They're selling like hotcakes. You might not have noticed this because unlike tech, bicycles, and a few of the other products we've talked about that is also selling like crazy, all of those products don't have stock. So when they get sold, they're gone, and the company has to make more. Board games, they have had the stock for a long time in warehouses and different locations. So when the board games start to sell, they've had a lot of them just lying around. So they've been able to restock the board games. Super interesting, right? Well, Warchief Gaming, which kind of goes back to the video game-esque name, is from a lot of prior Blizzard heads. It's from Chris Metzen, as well as the former Blizzard president or vice president of quality assurance, Mike Gilmartin. Now, these two have decided that, well, at least for Chris Metzen, he stepped away in 2016, and he stepped away after 22 years at Blizzard just because he was one of the big heads of vision and direction when it came to storytelling. And he stepped away just because of the impact it had on his family and his mind. It was a constant 24/7 gig for him, and he did not enjoy it. Or after a while, he didn't enjoy it. It started taking a toll on him, which I completely understand, right? So he stepped away in 2016. And him, Chris Metzen, and Mike Gilmartin, who is the, again, former vice president of quality assurance at Blizzard, are combined to make Warchief Gaming, a tabletop game company. They've come out and said that their new game will be dropping soon, and that video games are missing a lot of the collaboration and person-to-person interaction that video games don't really represent. And he wants to be able to represent them more on tabletop games. Now, I think I said that incorrectly, but you understand what I'm getting after. If you encounter someone in a video game, there's a lot of screaming and not a lot of interaction. So they want to try and make a tabletop game that really focuses on that, and want to make tabletop games in general because of that. I think that's super cool. As someone who is personally working on a game, I look up to these guys. I think that is a really dope idea. Now, they don't have a game out yet. They've just announced the company, but they are working and hoping to release next year, I do believe. So be on the lookout for Warchief Gaming tabletop game. That'll be super cool. Now, that is the primary story for this week. I thought that was an interesting little deep dive into former Blizzard people. We have a couple other minor stories, if you haven't heard already. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed again to December. If the game releases holiday season this year, a lot of people are going to be surprised. Personally, I think it will release. They have come out and said that the delay was due to making sure the game worked properly on current gen. They are ready to ship the game on PC and next gen consoles, but current gen is giving them some issues, and that's why they had to push the release back to December. So there's that. Next up, if you're a big Destiny player, the next Destiny craziness comes out on the 10th. That is in 2 days. Beyond Light comes out on the 10th. That's going to be super crazy. I know a ton of people are pumped for that. So check out Destiny. I've even tried to get back into the game a little bit, but it's hard to get back into the game when you don't have a lot of people to play with. So I might hop in, see what I can do. Really looking forward to that. And finally, our final minor story from, I believe this is the UK. It is. the UK is now banning the sale of locked phones. Now, if you're unaware, when you buy your phone, you can buy either a locked phone or an unlocked phone. If you're in the United States and you're used to going to a Verizon, AT&T, or whatever store and buying a phone from that store, you are buying a locked phone. All locked means is the sellers, when they have, so Verizon, AT&T, when they sell you the phone, that phone is locked to their network, meaning a Verizon phone can't ping and receive reception from an AT&T tower. The phone is locked. You can't switch out a SIM card, which is how you receive calls on different networks. You can't put a AT&T SIM card into a Verizon phone. Now, the UK has said, now you can buy an unlocked phone on Amazon or even from a lot of those companies if you ask for it. But if you just go in and want to buy a phone, they will hand you a locked phone. So if you try to put in a different SIM card, it won't work. The UK has said that this isn't a thing anymore. They're going to start banning it next year, I believe, and have banned the selling of locked phones. I think that is a super cool thing. Tech needs to be more of a utility than it is I'm looking for the correct word here. Tech is a utility in our modern day. Laws in the United States and the Western world as a whole needs to catch up to that pretty quick. If we ran out of tech, or not just tech, but the internet, if we didn't have access to the internet, our modern day would be absolutely different and wouldn't run. It just wouldn't. And with all this whole COVID stuff, there has been discussion of it, but I think in the next 10 years, we will see a lot more discussion on the internet and tech being treated as a utility instead of a quote-unquote privilege or something that just the modern world has. It doesn't. The entire world has internet. The entire world runs off of internet now. And we have to start treating it like that. And we have to start making sure that our tech and our technology isn't just tied to one company, not just tied to one network. We have to make sure things work and they work for a long time. So that is my soapbox on that real quick. Thanks for listening this far. It's been a rough week for me. If it has for you, shout out. But it's been one of those weeks, where you just kind of, Sunday isn't enough of a weekend. You know what I mean? It's like Saturday, Sunday isn't enough of a weekend. You get to Sunday and you're just, man, I did not have enough rest this week. But hey, we're going to keep moving, going to keep fighting, keep getting after it. So I thank you for listening, and I hope that y'all have a great week. And before I play the outro, I just wanted to make sure I said that. Y'all have a great week. Work hard, play hard, and I'll see y'all back here on Sunday. Thanks again, and I'll see y'all then. Thanks for listening, everybody. That wraps up the Streetcast podcast of the week. This is something I do for fun, and I hope you had fun listening. If you'd like to connect or even provide some feedback about the show, please check out the YouTube channel. I'm_digit, India Mike _digit. Shoot us a comment, and I promise you there will be a response. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you back here on Sunday.